Hi, this is cybersecurity expert Reginald and today we are talking about Microsoft admitting that they themselves were affected with the SolarWinds Orion hack. Now, there's plenty of videos in our YouTube channel that talks about what the SolarWinds Orion hack is, but basically the government and Fortune 100 companies use a tool by a company called SolarWinds for IT management, and hackers were able to break into this software, and by breaking into that software they were then able to gather information, and really nobody really knows how big this is going to be, but a lot of information was stolen from numerous government agencies and Fortune 100 companies, about 18,000 clients to be exact. So with that said, Microsoft is saying that their source code. Now, our videos are always trying to be as less technical as possible. Our viewers are typically business owners and just kind of wanting to know what's happening on the enterprise level and how this affects them in their business, because eventually all of that trickles down. So in this case, the source code is what is called programming language. So when your operating system is built, your Windows 10 is built, your Word, Microsoft Office, your QuickBooks, all of that is used with code. It's programming. So when you double click on the file, or if you click the start menu on your Windows computer, when you click on the start menu, a window pops up and it has different tiles and it has different things. Just like when you double click on your computer, a new window pops up. So all of that is through programming, and that's called source code. So in this case, Microsoft is saying that hackers were able to see some of its source code for its operating system. And the reason that's a problem is because if hackers can see the source code, and then from there they can then manipulate the source code, when you double click on your Word document to open up your document, not only are you going to be viewing it, but hackers then can then write in the back end on the source code, hey, whatever you open, also send us that information to our servers. So when the user opens up a Word document, send that information to us. We want to know what they're reading. We want to know their email. We want to see their financials. And that's why it's so important to protect the source code, because once the hacker knows the source code, understands the source code, they're going to then see how they can manipulate it to be able to steal data from you. And that's essentially what this Microsoft is saying happened, is that they were able to see some of their Windows operating source code. Now, luckily, Microsoft, and I have to give them credit for this, they were one step ahead of this. Now, Microsoft does not make, in this case, it's Windows 10 operating system source code public. However, they built their systems with the assumption that their source code would eventually get leaked, because they have hundreds of thousands of developers that work on their operating system, that collaborate with their operating system, and they assume that someone's going to take the source code and sell it off, or someone's going to hack into someone's computer that has the source code, and hackers are going to get the source code. So what Microsoft basically did is, when they developed their source code, they made it so that there's also an extra layer of security. So just because someone has the source code doesn't just mean that they can easily manipulate it to be able to do something else it wasn't designed to do. Now, that's Microsoft, but there's many other companies where if you got a hold of their source code, it's trouble. Obviously, Microsoft has billions of dollars and they have the resources for that, but not all companies have that. So what does this have to do with your small business? How do you make sure that you're protected? And I'm going to use the same concept of what Microsoft did. They went with the assumption that they were already hacked. They went with the assumption that although they know that no one at the time had the source code for Windows 10, they went with the assumption that someone had the source code of their operating system. So in your business, you have to go with the assumption that you've been hacked. Now, I'm not saying, this is to be paranoid or to be, oh, the world is coming to an end, the sky is falling, but you have to look at it and says, okay, my emails, for example, my business emails, someone gets access to my password, right? Assume that someone has your password. What is your next layer of cybersecurity that you want to take? That if someone had the password to one of your Bank of America websites, Wells Fargo, Chase, Microsoft Office, well, in that case, you would want to do two-factor authentication. You would want to do some type of token where if the person doesn't have the 6-digit code, they're not going to be able to get into your system or into the web system. That's how you assume that you've been hacked, because now you're putting another layer of security. Now, let's just say your laptop. Your laptop has precious information. You have maybe payroll information, or even a desktop, it doesn't matter. You have payroll information. You have emails back and forth, and all of that is stored on your hard drive. Well, assume that your laptop is going to get stolen tomorrow. What are you now going to do that you wish you would have done prior to this happening? Well, you're going to want to encrypt your data, because if someone steals your data, they can go to a local computer repair company and say, hey, I forgot my password and I need you to reset it. And that local repair company is going to charge them $150 and reset the password for the computer. And then what's going to happen is that this bad guy is going to be able to read your data. Well, this is why you put encryption in place. This is why you put different type of security measures, that if a laptop is lost or stolen, you can then lock the laptop. And there's different various ways you can do that. So again, you want to be one step ahead of the bad guys. A final example, assume that one day someone, you step out of your office and someone comes in behind you, or even your employee, doesn't have to be you, and now your computer is wide open, and the person can now go on websites, they can see your emails, they can do all types of bad stuff. Well, in this case, you want to set up a screensaver, and it's as simple as that sounds. Setting up a screensaver that then maybe make it after 15 minutes, the screensaver comes on. That way, if someone came behind you, you left your computer in your cubicle, or maybe your employees left at 5 o'clock, housekeeping staff comes, housekeepers cleaning up, and now, oh wow, look at this guy has all of this information open. Their computer's not locked. Training your employees to lock their computers when they step out. So all of this is how you assume that you're going to get hacked, and what do you do to make sure that it doesn't happen. So if you like this video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button. Let us know. We would love to continue to interacting with you. We've had some great feedback from our videos, so let us know what you liked about the video. I have thick skin. I'm always looking to improve. Let us know what we can improve in these videos. What would you like to hear? And we'll see you next time talking about cybersecurity and for your business. Thank you.